Hi everyone, this is the first episode of Guerilla Networking. Today is Friday, September 23rd. I am in Las Vegas, Nevada, in my hotel room. There is the Steve Wynn's two hotels. There's the Wynn Hotel and the Encore. I'm gonna sit down here because the lighting is better. So a lot of people ask me, how do you network, Chris? How do you find the right people you want to network with? And how do you go to the events? So I break it down into three very simple things. What do you do before an event? What do you do during an event? And what do you do after the event? This is gonna be cool. So again, it's called Guerilla Networking because I will literally walk you through how I go about choosing who to meet, how do I meet them at an event real time. So there are 5 people, cast of characters. I'm gonna look at my notes really quickly. The 5 people are, I'm only gonna show and share the public figures or people that are in business that might be interested in knowing who, you might be interested in knowing who they are. But some of the people who are not public figures or not business owners, I'm gonna use different names because I don't want to show or share with the world who they might be, okay? But again, this is Guerilla Networking. I'm gonna walk through an actual event, an actual person that I wanna meet, what I call a big gamer, a person of influence, and I'll walk you literally through how I meet him, how I got to the event, how I build connection, day by day. So this whole thing started a year ago, almost a year ago, December 1st, I met a woman named Lisa, and she had a friend named Bill Walsh. So Bill Walsh is the big gamer, the person of influence that I want to meet. He is what America calls the small business expert. He travels all around the world, over a few hundred events every year. So I'm like, I want to meet Bill, I want to work with Bill, I want to see how he thinks, how he acts, how he speaks, how he sells on stage, and how potentially, if he's interested in having me speak on his stages, right? So Bill Walsh, big gamer, person I want to meet. I first meet or hear about him in December of last year by his friend Lisa. And so the cast of characters after Lisa are Josh Earp, Manny Lopez, Josh Bailey, David Fagan, and the target again is Bill Walsh. 5 specific people. Okay, so let me just make sure the lighting is good. My apologies for there. And so I give a keynote at Ty Lopez's Business Builders 2 weeks ago from today. Today is September 23rd, Friday. I meet a guy named Josh Earp. He's an SEO savant. The guy is like so bright. If you want to hire someone as SEO, look up Josh Earp. Cool vibe, great person, really interesting. We do this epic quote battle. So check that out on my YouTube, epic quote battle with Josh Earp. You know, good vibe, right? So he literally texts me this Monday on September 19th and says, yo dude, I'm gonna be in LA later. And reminds you, if you wanna meet people that are successful, they're busy people. So if he says, hey, I'm gonna be around later, you know, I have to switch around my schedule, so you have to reprioritize sometime, right? So let me just make sure the lighting is good. So Josh Earp texts me 12 something this Monday, says, hey dude, what's going on? Let's meet up. I'm busy because I have a webinar to prepare for. I'm launching a new program called the 70-Day Mastery on Tuesday for a webinar. And I say, hey, what's going on, man? What are you doing this week? And he's like, well, I'm traveling to Vegas. I'm like, oh, really? Where? What are you doing in Vegas? He's like, oh, I'm actually going to go to an event, and you know, Bill Walsh invited me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Bill Walsh, the guy I wanted to meet since 10 months ago. Bill Walsh is going to be there. I say, hey, do you think you can ask him if I can come by? I have no clue what's going on, but I want to meet Bill Walsh. He's the big gamer. Josh says, cool. Let me find out for you. He finds out. He asks Bill. He says to Bill, hey, Bill. He spoke very highly of me because Josh saw me speak. And ultimately, he texted me back 5:15 on Monday, September 19th, 4 days ago. And he says, Chris, he would love for you to come. 3 minutes later, I do a little research, find out where it is, find out what it's about. Now I know Bill's gonna be there, so do a little Google search, find out that it's called Icon, an event opened by David Fagan, who's another person in the character list of this epic saga. But the point to get at is this. I want to meet Bill Walsh. He's my big gamer I want to meet. Josh Earp is going to an event with Bill Walsh in Las Vegas. I'm in LA, in Beverly Hills. 5:15 on Monday. Josh says, you can come. I do a little research. Within 3 minutes, I tell Josh I'm down. 7 hours later, I book my flight, book my hotel. I'm going to Vegas. What do most of us do? Oh my gosh, I'm scared, Chris. I don't know anyone. I don't know who to go with. What if I don't meet anyone? All these fears go into our head, right? Push that aside. 7 hours later, book a flight, book a hotel, right? Make the investments in your time and money. And I look back at my notes right now. I arrive on Wednesday in Vegas and check into my hotel. And then once I get to the hotel, within the first hour, I meet 3 more people that are connected with Bill Walsh. One is Manny Lopez. He has an amazing app company where he creates customized apps or apps to help you scale your business. So check out Mandy Lopez or leave in the comments if you want to meet Mandy Lopez, based in California. I meet Mandy. I meet Josh, another Josh who works with David Fagan, who's actually hosting the event. And then I meet David Fagan, again, literally within the first hour. I meet the person that's speaking, the person that's organizing this event. I meet the person's organizer's main connector, and I meet Manny. So 3 people, and I haven't met Bill Walsh yet. But again, he's my main person that I want to meet. But he's coming in on Friday. But already on Monday, I meet the main organizer, one of the speakers, and the main organizer's right-hand man. Okay, within an hour, because I'm specific on who I want to meet. I want to build rapport. I want to be specific, because again, this is called guerrilla networking, right? Know why you want to go somewhere. Know who's in the room. Do your research. Look at the pictures, so you already know who they are. Make sure you spend time researching them online, so you're not just going there cold. They don't know who I am, but I'm smiling, being cordial, but I'm very specific and intentional, okay? After that, through the day goes by, I end up meeting a guy named Matt Ford, who's another really bright guy. He does product launches for his clients. And this guy is so insanely bright. He has helped someone, I think, made about $700,000 in like a few weeks. And I met him, surprise, surprise, through Manny Lopez. And Manny, by the way, when you start speaking a lot more, people already know you before they meet you. He actually saw me speak at Secret Knock, which is a private invitation-only networking event, a conference, which cost a few $1,000s with a guy named Greg Reed who hosted it. It was in San Diego back in July. I was a keynote speaker. So Manny, who's actually, one of the headlining speakers for this event, he heard of me, saw me, and when I reached out to him before the event, by the way, researching them before the event, I actually clicked on the Eventbrite link because it was a free event. I'm just digressing a little bit because I want you to know that Manny reached out to me before the event because I RSVP'd. Since I don't really know Josh Earp very well, he wasn't coming to the event till maybe Friday. I wanted to preemptively make sure I can get into the event because I don't know about the event. So I actually reached out to Manny. He reached out to me online on Eventbrite, and I got 2 tickets. And so he was kind of surprised why I got 2 tickets because that was an insurance policy. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know the people there, but I'm going to make sure I get into the event because if you can't get in, you can't meet the person you want to meet. In my case, Bill Walsh, okay? Just kind of a little backtrack, a little sidetrack, right? That's a little B-roll, right? Because again, this is real time, real networking. Going back to the current story, first day, Vegas, meet the main speaker, meet the organizer's connection. And now I get to meet Matt Ford, who actually is good buddies with Bill Walsh. I'm like, ding, 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 this is so cool. And I meet Matt Ford, who's this amazing product launch guy, through Manny Lopez. And Manny wants to meet me. He saw me at Secret Knox 2 months ago, didn't have a chance to meet. But as you start being in the speaking circle, you'll just start meeting people in the same circle. That's how you know. Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather really do flock together, okay? Let me make sure, excuse me for the lighting. Again, this is real time. So by the first day, I'm getting closer and closer. Matt Ford is a great contact because he knows Bill Walsh, and I want to get to know Matt. I want to get to know Bill. All this is completely open. He tells me how he meets Bill. And by the end of the night, on day 1, mind you, by the end of the night, I've already met the main organizer. I'm going to repeat myself a lot because we forget 50% of what we learn in an hour. Within a month, we forget 80%. So the big gamer is Bill Walsh. I haven't met him yet. He's coming on Friday. I found out on Monday from Josh that he's going to be there. I get invited. I book my flight within 7 hours, but I respond within 3 minutes. Don't hesitate. And so on the first day, I've already moved closer and closer to meeting my big gamer, which is Bill Walsh, okay? By that night on Wednesday, I'm hanging out at Hyde Lounge, which is a really high-end place. They also have it in LA too. Manny apparently has an assistant who works the door. So we get in for free. I actually meet another one of Bill Walsh's colleagues or perhaps employees. I'm not going to say her name because she's not in a public field. But so we get to go to Hyde on day 1, Wednesday, which is at the Bellagio. And literally we're overlooking the Bellagio Lake in Hyde Lounge, which is a high-end place. We get it for free, get our drinks comped. And it was honestly one of the nicest views of all of Los Angeles. And it was so cool. So the moral of the story and this first episode of Guerrilla Marketing is this. Know who you want to meet, the big gamer, the person of influence. If you don't know who the person you want to meet, you're wasting your time. In my case, it's Bill Walsh. I respond 3 minutes knowing I can go, book my flight 7 hours later, in Las Vegas the next day, first day in, I meet the people that are organizer, the speaker. One of the speakers introduces me to one of Bill Walsh's good buddy he doesn't even know. And by the end of the night, I'm hanging out at one of the coolest places in Las Vegas called High Lounge with one of the nicest views of Las Vegas I've ever seen. And I've been here many, many times, okay? So to recap, stay focused, have intention, be open, always add value, because whenever I meet people, I figure out how I can help them and build that rapport. So this is the first episode of Guerilla Networking. I am Christopher Kai. Leave your comments down there, and hopefully you liked and enjoyed this. Wait for episode 2, which is day 2. Bye, everyone.